And we're live.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, and welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 278.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like staring at the computer, getting things into a good position at the beginning, which is one of the offshoots, I guess, of us recording live.
Yeah.
You get to see Megan's concentrating computer face. How are things going?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knitting's going fun, and I am having, it's like just 1 week. Now my family's talking. Can you hear them?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we were all quiet. Nobody said anything. Now it's 11. Chaos.
Yep. Yep, we had some loud talking and some street noise. We're finally getting curbs. We've had the street ripped up in front of our house for almost 3 months now. Replaced a bunch of water lines, and now we've been waiting for curbs. And we live on a dirt road in the middle of the city.
Dirt road in the middle of the city.
Yeah. So things are going well. I'm really enjoying all of the KALs and that we've got going out on Discord. And wait, there's more, right? We've got some exciting ones coming up. But this week we're going to talk about our favorite things, and I think we can tie all of those favorite things into, for me at least, the KALs for sure. So I'm really enjoying doing things that I have not normally done. So I think I mentioned as a tip and trick possibly earlier in these little shorter episodes that trying new things in knitting is super rewarding. I have it's like a knitting confessional. I think it's been 6 weeks since my last skew, so I've been trying lots of new things and not just doing the same things over and over again. So the KAL, the mystery KAL with the gnome, is the first time that I've done definitely a toy mystery KAL. And I feel like I've been involved in other mystery KALs in the past, but they haven't been as mysterious, right? That M wasn't a capital M. It was like you knew what you were getting in the end, got a general idea of what it was going to look like, and there wasn't a lot of mystery. But this has been a big mystery for me. Yeah. And also with the socks, the colorwork socks with the Everlasting KAL, that's the first time that I've done a fingering, 2-color all throughout sock. First time I've done an underfoot gusset where it's just the single instead of on the 2. And I'm really loving that. And then I've been experimenting with different materials as well. So like I'm wearing my Love Note, which is a fingering weight held with mohair, which is super cool. I've got another sweater that I posted on Instagram where the mohair is one of the colors in the color work, which is kind of new to me, and it's something that I've never done before. So I'm doing lots of things that I've never done before. I just tried Intarsia, which I posted about. And I feel like it's really invigorating my knitting to do all of the different things.
I don't know how you're wearing that sweater right now.
And I'm in a single story, and it's like we pumped in the night air. It got like down into the 50s last night, right?
True. Yeah. Yesterday was a cool day. I got out a couple times yesterday, and it felt like, I might actually put on some sleeves. I didn't, but I felt like I could.
Yep. We've got some people saying that the living room is always cool. Somebody that's been in my living room. And then a lot of hellos. So Courtney and Jennifer and Julie and Kristen and Susan and Cheryl and Mariette and Laura and Shayna. So yeah.
Wow, it's getting around that we do some live. That's great.
Well, I put it out on Discord with the link. So even if you didn't get the little update or announcement that we were going live, there was a little bit of pre-meditation there. So anyway, I'm just chatting about all these things that I'm super excited about. I could show you briefly my my foray into Intarsia.
Ooh, wow.
Yep. So this is the test knit mixed tape. And these were just all like random bits and scraps that I had. So that's the first time that I've ever done Intarsia. And the 5 bajillion ends at the back.
You did do like a little like on your computer to see that would all work out, right?
Yep.
I saw
so she gave a coloring sheet and I didn't color it by hand. I digitally did it. So I took all of the yarns and I took pictures of it and I used the little like
the absorb the color
sucker that gets the color, and then I colored it digitally and I was like, yep, I think that was. So I think right here, which again, she tells you can do duplicate stitch. I had 15, I counted, I had 15 strands connected on that middle part. But I feel like once you really get the hang of locking it in and changing it, it doesn't really matter. But I really enjoyed this. If you've never tried Intarsia, and I believe it's coming out next month in September. It started out, this is duplicate stitch, these guys right here. I did those duplicate stitch, but it started out where I was just doing like, a couple of strands down here, right?
And then it got
into the more complicated in the center. So now I'm working on the back, which isn't as fun, but I'm super loving it. I don't know what I was so afraid of with Intarsia. It just looked really complicated to me, and possibly a little futzy with the bobbins and stuff. But she included a video that showed you how to hand make the butterflies, so you didn't have to physically buy bobbins, and then they're just like center pull.
Sorry, I'm doing a little prep work for my excitement, so I feel distracted.
Yes.
But yeah, I've only done Intarsia on things that I then felted. So I had like a cow hat that I did where, it's giant and you're doing the Intarsia, but then I threw it in the washing machine and I didn't even think I had to weave in the ends. It felted together and I snipped the ends and
got it.
Yeah. But then after that one, because I was such a beginner, I hated it. and never got over it. So I haven't done Intarsia in a long time.
Yeah, again, I just went in open-minded. Like I told her, I was like, well, I can test knit it for you as somebody that has knitting experience, but has never done Intarsia. And so it was not nearly as difficult as I had made it out in my mind. I was really scared about those transitions and it not sitting nicely together. But I think, and it's such a different fabric too, which is again, another way that's like, oh, yep, knitting. If you just knit the same thing, you don't have these like moments where like with color work, it gets, with stranded Fair Isle color work, it gets double thick, right? And this is like basically a single layer of fabric, right? It lays like, and it doesn't pucker and whatever, like if you over tighten with your color work as you're carrying the strands in the back. And there's a lot looser, I guess, and flowier. So
I could see.
And then I think I've talked way too much. So if I have any more favorite things,
okay,
I'm gonna
add them in after mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna talk about strays in my whips. So something that I've been a fan of for a long time is the Insta-Project. So one of my favorite Insta-Projects right now is stuff coming out of the book 50 Yards of Fun.
A Rebecca Danger, right?
Yep. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So it's a Rebecca Danger, and you can kind of see that the robot I made is on the front, and then there's like a luchador. Really cute patterns, lots of them. I've made a monkey out of there, like on repeat for people, because I just think they're so stinking cute. So there's my robot.
And did you just use random bits and bobs?
Yep, I pulled out because it's 50 yards of fun. So I think that she said that this is 36 yards and then this is like 10 yards or something. So you don't even need that much yarn. And then I always make them with fingering weight just because I like them to be itsy bitsy, but you can make these with any weight wool or yarn, should say. It doesn't even have to be wool. And then, really cute. So I tend to make these for my coworkers. When I left my old position, I made them for my development and management. So I think that was only 4 of them. So
Yep.
not too bad. And then I didn't make them for the coworkers in there because I didn't know what to make for them at the moment.
Yep.
But I came up with that my person that got a new position, still with the company, was a testing machine. So he's a robot.
Beep, boop, bop. Yep.
Oh, you don't even know how many times I did beep, boop when I was knitting him. Because at one point, he's just this. And I was like, oh, I should keep him like this. Looks kind of like a BB-8.
A little bit, yeah.
So then I put arms and legs on.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying the gnome KAL because it's forcing me not to just like
power through something,
like not do the Insta project, to actually kind of meter it out and purposefully enjoy each piece. But I could see, where like at the end, if I was like, I absolutely love this, it would be like whip out and I can't say redacted. So they don't want to reveal what the first few clues are, but it's distinctly something.
Right.
So whip one of those out in a brief moment, and then move on to who knows what she'll have us working on next. But
absolutely. But yeah, the Insta project, I wanted to get this done so that if I saw him, I could give it to him. So I started him yesterday or the day before, and then just worked on him in pieces. So I think I got the whole body done, and then I did the antenna and the arms, and then I finished the legs.
Bam! Project.
Yesterday or whatever, between last night and this AM, because I was weaving in ends. But there he is.
Fun.
So yeah, that's one of my favorite things that I've been working on. But then I think we both jointly have a favorite thing.
We are so excited. So the next, after the gnome wraps up, we're going to replace the KAL with the Ball KAL. And I can't believe that when I saw it, that it was the 9th year. I was like, wow, this is the 9th year. Time flies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think her post said something about she feels like she's just wrapped up one when another one comes along. So yeah.
So this one is running all the way to the end of November with Hohi. Her KAL is sign up start the 15th.
Yep. Through the end of the month. Yep. So you have to register that you're going to be doing the KAL with them, and we'll linky-loo all of that once it's available and prompt people to join. But for ours, go ahead.
I was just going to say, for hers, it has to be a new project, new cast on. Yep. But we'll host a thread for the KLers that are on the ZKN Discord, and those we will allow to be whips or whatever.
Yep. And she'll have, a bunch of wonderful prizes. We'll have prizes as well. So yeah, if you want to cast on something new, you can enter into both and sign up for hers and do ours. Or if you've got some languishing whips that you want to wrap up, you can just do it with the ZKNers.
Yep. And it's a long running KAL, and you don't have to pick a big project. As I recall, you can knit one of her accessories. And that would count, and you could fit one of those in the month of November. You just need to register now. So.
I'm having a hard time deciding which one I'm going to do. I have multiples, so I might just end up knitting multiples, but I did get her staple linen tank that I really want to knit. I've got some Knit Picks Lindy chain, which is like I think it's a fingering weight, and the pattern calls for, so here's my diabolical plan. The pattern calls for sport. So I'm going to hold some linen with some merino, and it's gonna be a hybrid tank.
I've done that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I don't know. Again, creating fabrics and
I should find my green one to show you. It's been a while.
Yeah. And then you were looking and grabbed some yarn.
Yeah, so I've had 3 skeins of different colored yarns in my stash for a very long time, but I was looking at her patterns last night, and the Far and Away shawl, or Far Away Dreams shawl, sorry. That one has like a main body that's one color that takes 2 skeins of yarn, but it's garter ridges. So I was going to do garter ridges with these 2 colors. And then there's a light colored border. So I would have these be the main dark color, and then I'd add this in the border.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, so I was planning on making like some sort of gradient type project with this.
What yarns are those?
This is actually Gritting Gargoyle. It's a yak base.
Ooh.
So going to be super luxurious.
You buried the.
Yeah,
woo!
I know. Yeah, so yeah, it's a yak.
Ooh.
Getting blinded out there. I'll figure that out. I think you have to do this, don't you?
Yeah.
No, still didn't work. Whatever.
I'm shaking my head and I'm like, oh, she can't see. She's got the screen covered up with her hands. Yeah.
No, then So
all 3 are Grinning Gargoyle Yak. That is going to be decadent.
Yes. No, they were purchased together with the intention of making a poncho or something that I would fade in these colors, but it just inspiration took hold that I was like, oh, if I do 1 ridge each of similar colors, the darker colors, I can get dominant. The effect of it being the darker, and then this can pop more as the edge color. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be miles of knitting, just knit. But sometimes that's relaxing, especially when you have the right yarn. So
So super exciting. I think we're going to combine this Hohi Fall KAL with having like a parade of our finished objects, kind of like you would at a Rhinebeck or a fall festival. And so again, it doesn't have to be a sweater. It can be, there's lots of people walking around with shawls at Rhinebeck that people are like, ooh, what is that? And so super excited about that. Amy, do we want to give a little hint on any more excitement? Or are we going to bury that and reveal it at a different time? Raise eyebrows, Hohi Fall KAL.
Yeah. I think they can guess at this point, but we don't have to say anything.
Yeah. We're also contacting people to speak at ZKN. I'm so bad at keeping my own secrets. Like, I can keep other people's secrets, lock them down tight, but my own secrets. So as long as I knew I wasn't disappointing you, Amy.
No, that's all right. It's exciting.
So excited. Shayna said we should put it in the private notes, but then nobody would see it, Shayna. So
right. Just lock it away in the private notes.
Yes. So, but yeah, very, very excited, feeling really engaged and happy. And so that was why I wanted to mention all of those favorite things. It seems like your little Insta project was what was making you happy. And that was the theme of this podcast, was the favorite things, the current favorite things. So
yeah,
that could
be. I have more favorite things, but
yeah.
I'm going to talk about the current one.
Yeah. I was going to say, in the future, it could be a favorite follow. It could be, right now, these are our favorite things. Music, I guess, we've got all kinds of threads out on Discord as well about that people are reading, shows that people are watching, and podcasts that they're listening to. So yeah, those are all potential favorite things in the future. So.
Yep.
All right. I think we've shared enough excitement and general knitting exuberance for one day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.